Hello guys, Jeff is here again. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how we can actually create a dual light effect in Photoshop. The dual light effect, we can also see, or we are going to see how we can use any color of our choice. Alright, so what do I mean by that? We are just going to begin and we're going to see and fully understand, not only that, but we're also going to master the process on how we can actually do this. Alright guys, so let's begin. Alright, so the first thing we are going to do is for us to insert our image. So you can do well to insert your image. You can use your image or anyone. You can also download from the web. Use anyone to try for this tutorial. Alright, so after inserting your image, what do you need to do next? Now, if you want to insert your image, I will actually advise you do it this way. You click, you come here, you drag and drop it on top of this so that it can actually create a new document for it and then it fits it to the size. Alright, so what do we do next? We are coming down to our adjustment layer. This is our adjustment layer. We click on it and then we come down to gradient. So use the gradient. Good. Now, if you actually use a gradient, this is how it's going to be looking like. But this time around, we want it to be from side to side. We can actually do it this way, but in this tutorial, we're going to be doing side. Alright, so come here now, where you have the 90 there, put in 180. Good. Then we come up here to the gradient and we're going to be changing the color. Click on this, click on color, and then we are going to be using red. So you all can use red. Good. Then I click OK. Click OK here and then OK. Good. Now I've inserted the red on this part. Now I want to insert at the other part. So what I need to do now is I'm going to be creating a new layer. So to create a new layer, you come here, create a new layer, and then on this layer is where I'm going to be inserting the other color. So I can still come here, click on it, come over to my gradients. So instead of 180 here, I'm going to be inserting 4.5. This is it, 4.5. Then I'll come here and then I'm going to be changing the color. Come over to my gradient. I'll click on this, click on the color, and then I'm going to be changing it to blue. I'll be using blue here. This is the blue. And then I click OK, and then OK. Good. Now this is it. I've inserted my red and my blue color. So now how can we now actually make it be or to apply on the image directly? This is what we're now going to do. We're going to select both of them. Click on the two. How do you click on the two? You click on the first one, you hold your shift, you click on the second one. Now after doing that, you come over to your normal here, where you have the normal. We are going to be using color. Scroll down to the last, you find color, and then you click on color. Now if you look at this, the other side is blue while the other side is red. So how can we actually reduce the opacity? We are going to be reducing the opacity because it's actually too much. We come right up here. Both of them are still selected. We come here and then we can be able to reduce it. Alright, so I'm just going to be using 60. Good. And then this is it. So this is how we can actually create the dual light effect in Photoshop. So you can decide to use any image. You can decide to use your dog image, your cat, or any image of your choice, and then you just follow this same process we just used in doing this. So you can use any color, or you can decide to put it the other way. Instead of sideways, you can put it up and down. Whichever way you can do this, but this is just the process on how you can actually create the dual light effects in Photoshop. Alright, so if Photoshop is actually difficult for you to understand, maybe you're trying to understand most of the whole tools and the whole process in Photoshop, you can do well to join my next video. That video is actually the introduction to Photoshop for beginners. So you can understand Photoshop from the beginning or from scratch. So even if you're actually a beginner, you just want to understand Photoshop, or you have advanced in Photoshop, still yet you want to still understand some basic knowledge in Photoshop, you can do well to also hit the next video. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys in the next video.